Hi, thanks for joining me. I hope you can see this okay. This flip through is to share. Let me check something out. I might do that instead. This is to share it with my sister, and I hope you guys enjoy it as well. This is a gift I made my mother. Her birthday is next Wednesday. She had a rough summer, and she might be diagnosed with dementia soon. So she is forgetting some things, and she doesn't, with the potential dementia, she doesn't think she's loved. So when I went through her storage unit, I found a bunch of items and I decided to keep them and make something for her. So this is a flip through on her memory journal that I made her. She loves purple and she's a butterfly lady. So, and her name is Judy. I got that from a necklace that I found in her thing. And there's a big butterfly right here and decoupage, and this is some cardboard that I decorated on. But that is the front cover. And then there is a pocket. And when you remove this out of the pocket, that's a picture of her beloved dog that she lost. And here is a card. Let me open it up. From my sister that I put in here so she can remember it and read it. That pulls up, and that is the card that I gave her. This keychain just says her name on it. And here's a card that my sister gave her, and then a picture of her and my mother on the back. Let's get in frame. Sorry. And then here's a card that I gave her with a picture of her, my mom, myself, my daughter, and my first granddaughter on it. And another card from her granddaughter, Shauna, my sister's daughter. And then here's a picture of my brother, Rusty, with him and his family on a vacation. And here's a beautiful card. I want to say this is from one of my nephews, but unfortunately it's not signed by anybody. So we'll never know, but it was a nice sentiment. And then here is a card from my oldest brother's second wife. They are divorced now, but she is such a lovely lady that she keeps in contact with my mother and calls her quite often and sends her gifts all the time. This is a card from my grandma and grandpa when they were still alive, and this is a picture of my grandma. And then this is a picture of my uncle who passed away not very long ago, a couple years ago. I couldn't find a card from him, so he got on with grandpa's. Here's a card from my sister and her family with notes from all of them. And a card I found from Grandma and Grandpa with a picture of my mother and her parents at a reunion they went to. And then here's some much more pictures. That's my mom and her siblings and my grandmother, and then my mom and her siblings. And here's a nice letter from my mom's best friend's daughter. I'm thanking her for being such a good friend to her mom. And then here's a picture of my grandmother. My grandma lost her battle with cancer, but she was a fighter to the very end. And this is a card from her. And then here is a 5-generation picture. Myself, my sister, my daughter, my mom, my grandmother, and my great-grandmother we called Granny. And here is another card from me, and I put pictures of the 2 generations that I'm in on here. And then the back is pictures of my granddaughter, my first one. And then here's a picture Here's a card that had a lovely sentiment. I really don't know who he is, but it seemed like a really nice card, so I put it in there. Here is a really nice lengthy card and letter from my brother Rusty. And then we have a card from Sally, who was her really good friend, and she has passed away. And then another card from my brother with a sentiment. These are all cards she had kept, so they must have meant something to her. Card from my sister. And of course I couldn't fit everything in these rings and still have her be able to move them. And a card from my brother and his wife. And here's a card. Oh no, 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 no. It glued down a little. Here's a card from my mom, grandma and grandpa with a picture of them. And here is a card from my grandma and grandpa with a picture of my mom and a bunch of her cousins at a reunion we went to. It's a lunch reunion that we went to. Here's another nice card from my ex-sister-in-law, my lovely ex-sister-in-law. And here's one of my brother, and I found this old picture of my brother Rusty on a horse. So I thought I would include it. Oh, look at that. I couldn't resist. I hope he sees it. Here's a card from my grandmother, again with a nice little sentiment, and on the back I put pictures of my father for my mom. And then this page was supposed to be the outer back cover, but that did not work for me. So then I put a picture of my mom and my father and my mother again. That way she has it. And this is the binder I made her so she could keep it in her room and have lots of memories and pictures of those that loved her. So I hope you enjoyed the flip through, and I enjoyed making it. It was very fun. I made this at my We Create event here in Springfield in September, and it was a lot of fun. So thank you for joining me, and I'm sorry about the glare. One day I'll figure out how to get the lighting in here correctly. So have a great day. Thanks for joining me. Bye.